Have you ever had a job where the whole place just seemed culty? Like I'm not talking like anything extreme, but it's like a subtle culty vibe. So what I mean by that, like for example, like really large tech companies or large retail companies like Costco or Walmart or whatever, they try to push this work culture loyalty, and it's not even like a community based culture. It's more like loyalty to the brand that by proxy creates loyalty to the community. So the traits of a cult, right? They provide like well, speaking of community, right? They provide community. The method of how they provide it is different than genuine community, though, which is why I made that distinction. But they provide a sense of belonging, community, purpose. I'm not really sure how else to explain it. I mean, a cult is a cult, right? But they provide things that people are missing in their life that they might not have, and they're desperate. So they turn to these groups that offer this up, and they're willing to slowly do terrible things or kind of sell their souls, so to speak, and forget who they are. And these corporations, they kind of want that from their workers, right? So instead of paying them like a good wage or providing good benefits, they want this extreme loyalty, or they'll give semi-good benefits or decent benefits, and then they expect you to go out and die for them in battle. And you go around your workplace, like some of them have like posters, and they'll give out like flyers, and they'll have like stuff on the internet system and the screens. And by the way, internet, if you don't know what internet is, I mean, I said that on purpose. It's like a company closed network. But they'll like in the employee portal, they'll have like all these things talking about loyalty to the company, or this is our code of ethics, this is our mission statement, blah 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 blah, and it just gives me like weird culty church religion vibes. If you've ever experienced that, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and I think it's a big issue with our society, right? Because you would think that at this point the workers would have more control over how things go, and you know, because we're the majority, and we would actually have genuine community and genuine loyalty to the company, because we would all take care of each other and all, you know, provide and pitch in and do things as a team. But instead it's more like a mockery of it. So instead of them providing a place of work or providing like a genuine sense of belonging and something of value to the worker, to the working class, they kind of shit on you, underpay you, give you bad benefits, give you terrible hours, give you a terrible schedule, but they expect this weird loyalty back, which is just very strange to me. Reason why I'm bringing this up is I think like we're at a crossroads in our society and in our country, specifically in the United States, where people are finally en masse starting to wake up, and they're starting to see like, hey, we're getting fucked. And we haven't noticed for so long because of tricks like this, the culty vibes in the workplace. But on top of that, like our addiction to social media, which is hilarious because you're probably watching this on social media, but our addiction to social media, streaming services, phones in general, creature comfort, so to speak, which we're slowly losing, by the way. I mean, they're telling people to, you know, ration electricity and water for these dumbass data centers. But we're slowly starting to notice and kind of see through that facade. But the biggest one for me, just, you know, having to work retail most of my life, is those culty vibes. I think that's just you know, kind of a byproduct of the society we live in, particularly because they see us as a labor force, as a resource. They don't see us as human beings, so they kind of see us as caricatures of human beings. And what I mean by that is they go, you know, if I was a human, what would I like? What would make me feel good? What would make me work hard? So you have all these corporate executives sitting at the round table, and they're kind of deciding like, hey, if we push this bullshit culture and these mission statements and give out a free pizza party or a t-shirt or some stupid ass like work beanie or a work outing that nobody will actually go to because they just want to go home for once, maybe they'll actually work harder and we can get more shareholder value. Now, that's not to say that there's not genuine companies out there, because there's actual genuine places of work that really do take care of people. But I think oftentimes those are small businesses, not large ones. And even a lot of small businesses, oh shit, I just dropped my phone. Even a lot of small businesses, as they grow, they'll kind of join in on that. And I think the power and the money and all of that just kind of corrupts. Classic phrase, that power corrupts. I think you really start to see that too when companies go public, because then they have a loyalty to investors rather than their workers or even their customers. So you get the employees treated like shit, you get the customers treated like shit, but they push this facade that it's a good place. That goes with products too. I mean, they a lot of like entertainment companies, like video game companies, they used to actually make quality video games that people wanted to buy, that they were proud to buy, instead of a barely finished alpha product that you have to buy DLC just to make function. Yet they still push this like, oh, we're a good company, we make quality games, we really care, we pay our voice actors, we pay our designers, like when you buy this product, it'll be complete, etc., etc., etc. And it just never is. Like, I don't know if it's the fact that the cost of things have gone up, and so these products already cost more because of that, and they're getting greedy to investors and themselves, so they have to raise prices even more. And the only way to do that effectively to get the value they want is to cut the quality of things. And that's why it's happening. Or if it's just the fact that it's just purely greed, I'm not really sure. I'm not a economics expert. I'm not an economist. But yeah, I've just been noticing that. It's been on my mind recently. So let me know if you've ever noticed that. I'm sure that's a very common thing. But if you really look into it, it's not just mildly culty, it's very culty, and it kind of makes me uncomfortable, especially with how many people, particularly the middle-aged and older generations, subscribe to it and genuinely believe it. There, like Walmart, for example. Walmart's just dystopian. It doesn't matter what generation or age you are. Everybody knows it fucking sucks and it's creepy, and they still try to pretend that they're this great company. And they mistreat their customers and employees. But I think for the most part, for a lot of businesses, those older generations have this weird loyalty to them, because back in the day, you could actually, work for one company your whole life and get a pension, or work for a whole company your life and actually get rewarded. But the younger generations like myself see through that. It's just not that way anymore. And we really notice those culty vibes and kind of false carrot on a stick, so to speak.